Today we are in Osaka for the day. Our goal is to see a little bit of the city, but also to shop. There's a ton of like vintage markets and vintage designer shops that I want to check out. So let's see what we can find here.
We went into a few different boutiques in Shinsaibashi, but this is the one that really stuck out. It was so beautifully curated. They had vintage Louis Vuitton, Chanel. Like, my jaw was on the floor. I was drooling at all of these beautiful vintage bags. I'd say the prices were a little bit up there, but based on the curation of the store and also the quality of the vintage bags, like this one was basically untouched. You're definitely still getting a bargain. I also loved that they had more than just bags. This vintage Chanel belt that is 24 karat dipped from like the 70s had my attention the entire time. Unfortunately, I didn't end up getting it, which looking back, I'm a little sad, but it was so stunning. We also went into 2nd Street, which they have these in New York and LA, so I'm quite familiar with them, but I found this Marni bag that I absolutely fell in love with, and it still had the tags on it, and it was like 50% cheaper. So that was my first purchase of the day. I also saw this vintage Gucci, which was literally less than $250, like so insane. I didn't get it, but 2nd Street is definitely a must visit. Quick little matcha break to get some more energy for the rest of my shopping. This was the little shop that I got it at, and I usually take my matcha plain, but this strawberry matcha was hitting. Last boutique of the day was Hedy. I saw this on TikTok, and this is where I struck gold, okay? This store was perfectly curated. I feel like I wanted every single purse there. Like this vintage Chanel, excuse me, I was obsessed. I loved the white leather trim, and it'd be just perfect to pair with any type of denim. And I'm sorry, this like slouchy Dior, if it wasn't for the fact that I already had a Lady Dior in a similar shade, I 100% would have picked this up. And price-wise, I'm pretty sure this was under $1,000. This black leather crossbody bag from Miu Miu really caught my attention. It was fairly priced around like $600 US, but I just loved the quilting. I love the strap. I personally wear crossbodies all the time. And it had like the butteriest lamb leather in really good condition. And I love me some Gucci, and this structured bag I just like fell in love with. I feel like I'll get a lot of wear out of this. It's very much my style. I also tried on a few different watches, but honestly I don't really wear watches much, so I just passed on these. And at this point I just needed to touch every single thing in that store. I went upstairs and they had even more stuff until I realized, let me just get out of here and get what I'm gonna get. Otherwise I'm gonna spend way too much money. I settled on these 3 bags, which I loved the most. So yes, whatever they're saying about Japan and vintage shopping is absolutely true. You will have a time and your wallet will cry.